Stories you've told, the ones you never could. This is a story I don't tell.
Special Agent Gibbs. Ready to catch some bad guys?
NCIS Origins premieres CBS Monday, October 14th. Part of CBS Premiere Week and streaming on Paramount+.
The Upper Peninsula's new CBS station, WZMQ 19.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, the UP Honor Flight had a successful takeoff following yesterday's delay due to fog. We're live in Washington, D.C. to hear more about their trip to the nation's capital. Plus, advocates for the Second Amendment gather at the state capitol. We'll hear what they had to say. And the Marquette County Sheriff talks about the need for renovations to their jail. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
And these nice temperatures just won't stop, even with a few clouds in the sky. Air, how are we looking?
Oh my gosh, I'm glad you mentioned the temperatures and the clouds in the sky, because guess what, my friends? We are going to be cooling down. We also have chances of rainstorms this evening, where we could see very strong wind up to 45 miles an hour during those chances of thunderstorms, as well as dime-sized hail. We're looking at the western portion to be in that marginal risk. The rest of the UP kind of in that non-severe classic kind of thunderstorm situation. Here's what we are seeing the past couple of hours. Definitely some heavy precipitation and storms down there in Wisconsin. I'll keep you posted with the latest after the break.
Thanks, Air. Dozens of UP veterans are in Washington, D.C. right now taking part in the Honor Flight. Veterans get a chance to explore D.C.'s monuments and memorials dedicated to service members like themselves as a way to show appreciation for their service. And our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp now joins us live from the National Mall. Rachel, what's the latest on the group's visit to D.C.?
Hey, good evening, Kevin. So I am here in front of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. I don't know if you can see it. It's right behind me. There's a couple of people right now looking at it. But so far, I have not seen our veterans quite yet, but I know that they are on their way over here, because this is where Vietnam Veterans Memorial is, and then as well as the iconic Lincoln Memorial, and then nearby it's also the Korean War Memorial. So as Kevin, you just said, they had a little bit of a bumpy start to their trip. They were supposed to take off yesterday, but due to weather, they were unable to, so they had to delay it to today. So they really touched down in D.C. just a couple of hours ago, and organizers tell me it has been a whirlwind trip. I heard that they did have to miss part of their trip to Arlington National Cemetery. That was where the veterans were supposed to see the changing of the guard, where they kind of patrol the tomb of the unknown soldiers. And I know, speaking to some of our veterans from the UP in previous honor flight trips, that's something that they were always looking forward to. So I'm going to have to hear from them soon. But Kevin, I am keep my eyes and ears out open for some of our Upers to make their way over to these iconic landmarks here on the National Mall. And this is such a special moment that I've heard from veterans again in previous honor flights, just coming to DC and seeing these memorials and monuments dedicated to service members like them. And this is something that they just say it's so special. For many of them, this is their first time to Washington. And then so seeing them, which by the way, some of these veterans, the majority of them served in the Korean War, and then we get a handful that also served in the Vietnam War. So being here and seeing these monuments, and also seeing some of these strangers come up to them, thanking them for their service, I know it means the world to them. So Kevin, you're just going to stay tuned until 11 p.m. I am going to be waiting around to speak and hear from our UP service members about their whirlwind trip to D.C. But for now, reporting live from the National Mall, Rachel Knapp, WZMQ 19 News. Kevin, back to you.
All right, thanks very much, Rachel. Today was the 15th annual Second Amendment March at the Michigan's Capitol. Lawmakers and gun rights advocates spoke to the crowd about the continued efforts to protect Americans' rights to bear arms. New laws have put more restrictions and safeguards for purchasing firearms in the state, making the fall election a hot topic in the crowd. Speakers focused on the importance of voting for candidates that support the Second Amendment and the unrestricted right to carry a gun.
You've heard that the Second Amendment right supports the rest. It defends the rest. It works in the opposite direction as well. The rest of your rights are also there to defend the Second Amendment.
Coming up tonight at 11:10 Central, we'll have more from the speakers at this morning's march. This past Tuesday, the Marquette County Commission voted to proceed with Phase 1 of jail renovations. The current jail was originally built to hold 60 inmates. However, it was expanded later to a capacity of 80, which Sheriff Zybert says is still not enough. He says once the jail is at capacity, convicted criminals may be released due to crowding.
We are now to the point where we have a jail plan, and anything over 80, we start discussing with the judges, the courts, and my staff on who we should release, the lesser of the evil, to put back into the public, and that just isn't right, and we need to do something about it.
Zybert blames the inmate population increase of methamphetamine on the streets and with that leading people to commit more serious crimes while under the influence. Leaders and community members gathered to discuss Dickinson County's economic development plans. WZMQ's Iron Mountain Bureau reporter Amy Doyle gives us this report.
During its annual fall update, the Dickinson Area Economic Development Alliance highlighted key initiatives focused on housing development, infrastructure upgrades, and collaborating with local businesses to drive growth in the county.
I think some of the things that were really positive today are housing development. We have a true understanding how much we need housing here in Dickinson County.
The Alliance is working with partners and investors to bring new opportunities to the region, including a $600,000 state grant to identify lead-contaminated water lines in Iron Mountain. Other infrastructure projects were also highlighted.
There's a lot of work happening with the water lines. All of the cities and townships are working hard to fix those for us.
The executive director emphasized the importance of housing initiatives. The Alliance's Housing Task Force meets monthly to discuss available properties, state programs, and lending tools that would help make Dickinson County a more attractive place for builders.
We're putting those tools together. We're trying to gather the resources, and then Invest UP has a Build UP fund that offers some of the gap financing for developers.
Another focus was on the Alliance's new Belong initiative, a series of stories from local residents that highlight the sense of community and opportunities available in Dickinson County.
When we had a little boy, moving to Iron Mountain was going to be so easy. You could buy a house cash here. Economically, it just made sense.
That's important for us as part of the Economic Development Alliance, is that we want people to feel like they're part of the community.
The Alliance is moving ahead with its initiatives, including Manufacturing Day on October 4th, giving high school students an opportunity to get hands-on experience with local employers. Amy Doyle, WZMQ 19 News, Iron Mountain.
The Alliance is organizing a new healthcare career day for local high schoolers in February. We'll have more on this on WZMQ19.com. And your first warning weather forecast is coming up after the break. Plus, we're live in Marquette for the final music on 3rd of the year.
John's Auto has been voted the #1 dealer to buy pre-owned vehicle for longer than I've been alive. If you're looking for a vehicle, or if you're looking for someone to help with your current car, or if you need to get yours looking like new again, come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
Attention auto workers. Kamala Harris wants to end all gas-powered cars. Crazy but true. Harris's push requiring electric only is failing big, and Michigan auto workers are paying the price. Massive layoffs already started. You could be next. President Trump's committed to protecting America's auto workers, standing up to China's unfair trade, fixing the economy, and ending inflation.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Another thrilling week to play football. The NFL on CBS. Catch all of the action this week on WZMQ 19. This Sunday, the Miami Dolphins travel to Seattle to take on the Seahawks at 4:05. See you this Sunday for the NFL on WZMQ 19.
I'm Rachel Knapp. Watch my reports live from Washington, only on 19 News.
Is your parents' car sounding funny? Do you hear any clunks, rattles, squeaks, or leaks? Tell them to call John's Auto Service Department for fast, friendly, and affordable service. Come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
The Shunk's factory authorized custom order sale. With delivery times getting back to normal, it's a great time to have it your way, get a sale price, and get 12 months to pay. Choose from hundreds of sofas, love seats, chairs, and sectionals. All the latest styles are here. Over 3,000 fabrics and leathers to pick from. sectionals, 50 different styles to choose from, and hundreds of configurations to fit your room. It's Shunk's factory authorized custom order sale. Shop Shunk Furniture at Marquette today.
Now, award-winning WZMQ 19 classic.
Well, we've been fairly dry through September, so it is kind of a relief to see that we do have some rain on the way, although we have chances of some strong thunderstorms, possibly for the western portion of the UP. We'll see this move from the west to the east overnight, so you could be impacted in your morning. Right now, for the west half, we're in that marginal category, which means those winds can be up to 60 miles an hour. We're expecting them to be around 45. Hail, fairly small, up to an inch. We're expecting dime-size hail. There has been some reported hail down in Rhinelander right now, around a dime size there. Definitely seeing the brunt of these storms down in Wisconsin. And then the central and part of the eastern locations are in that general risk level. So, you know, those thunderstorms that we're used to. Now, taking a look at Friday, it looks like most of the west half is clear of thunderstorm rain situations, while the majority of the central and eastern locations and even up there in the Keweenaw could have some chances of thunderstorms as well and more rain. And then looking ahead to Saturday, yeah, friends, we've got finally that fall weather we've all been looking for, although officially fall does not start till Sunday. Here's a look at the current radar conditions, where we've got this band of rain stretching up into that eastern portion of the Keweenaw Peninsula there, and those thunderstorms kind of along the border. As we make our way through this evening, we'll see that activity increasing again later on and overnight. So here's a look at some rumbles there across the central locations here in Marquette. We could hear it and see it around 2 a.m. And then we'll see that increasing further to the east there in Elder County, and then another round coming through around 5 a.m. down there in Iron County, extending over into Dickinson as well as Menominee County throughout that morning. East side will see a lot more action for the later morning hours into the afternoon. So if you are a teacher or a student, my friends, you might have indoor recess tomorrow. I hate to break it to you, but that is what we are looking at. The good news is we will see some sunshine coming this weekend, believe it or not, on our Saturday. So saying goodbye to those showers by around 6 o'clock on that Friday. Here's a look at that accumulation that we could expect in the morning and afternoon. A little bit heavier in the central locations there, up to maybe half an inch. Remember, during these thunderstorms, it could be even more accumulation. And that honor flight getting back to Escanaba this evening, I'm so glad that they got to go. My grandpa got to do this a couple years ago. We'll see around 66 at 9 o'clock. That flight is expected around 10. So we are looking at partly cloudy skies, increasing to mostly cloudy, rain activity expected after 11 o'clock in the evening. And taking a look at our 7-day here in Marquette, gusts up to about 15 miles an hour tomorrow. Look at this weather for Saturday, gorgeous 80 degrees and lots of sunshine.
Sounds good, Air. Thank you. Today marks the last of the season for Music on 3rd in Marquette. Our Samuel McKnight is on 3rd Street. Samuel, how's it looking over there?
Hey there, this is Samuel McKnight from WZMQ 19 News. I'm live down on 3rd Street for the final Music on 3rd. Behind me is the Falling Rock Jammers. They're getting ready to go start their set in just a little bit here. The Marquette Downtown Development Authority has already blocked off most of this part of 3rd Street to allow lots of foot traffic without having to worry about cars. I've also seen quite a few bikes, so it's a beautiful night if you want to come down. Head down before 8 o'clock when everything wraps up. If you don't make it out tonight, that'll be the end for Music on 3rd until sometime next summer when they'll be back again. Samuel McKnight, WZMQ 19 News, Marquette.
Thanks, Samuel, and we have insights coming up after the break.
My passion is keeping the UP informed. After 30 years telling you about what's going on outside your house, I'm now running for state representative to keep you informed about what's going on in Lansing. We deserve a representative who will listen, learn, and lead on the issues that matter for the UP. I'll always put Peninsula over politics. With your vote, I'll work with anyone and everyone to bring clearer skies for Upper Peninsula families.
When migraine strikes, do you question the trade-offs of treating? Ubrelvy is another option. It works fast to eliminate migraine pain. Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Allergic reactions to Ubrelvy can happen. Most common side effects were nausea and sleepiness. Ask about Ubrelvy.
It'll be raining cats and dogs again. Time to waterproof with Gorilla.
Waterproof with Gorilla?
Yeah!
Gorilla Waterproof Patch and Seal.
Of course.
Spray it, tape it, spread it, brush it to stop and prevent leaks. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Looking out across the UP, you know it's a place worth fighting for, but it's a balance. Protect our economy and workers and safeguard our way of life. That's why I support the Clean Water Plan to hold polluters accountable and protect our water. It's why I fought for mining and logging jobs, and I'll always stand up to my party when they're wrong. Now I'm working to make housing more affordable and make the UP energy independent, because my job is looking out for you.
Anti-abortion politicians vote against your freedoms, and now they want Mike Rogers to join them. The facts. Mike Rogers said, "I support all restrictions on abortion," just like his anti-abortion backers. No exceptions for rape or incest. They even supported a nationwide abortion ban and laws that could eliminate IVF and birth control. So if you believe Mike Rogers and anti-abortion activists will protect your rights, we got a bridge to sell you.
I'm Melissa Slotkin, and I approve this message.
You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. We're talking about recent updates to Ishpeming for our insights tonight, and joining us this evening is none other than the mayor himself, Jason Chapman. Jason, good to see you again.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so first off, we want to talk about some updates to the water meter infrastructure. What can you tell us?
Yeah, so we reached a big milestone. Our installation of the new radio read meters is complete. So down the line, we're going to be able to do some rate studies and take a look at our fee structures and hopefully be able to bill a little bit more accordingly. And I'd love to see us give some relief to people as well if we can.
Sure.
But it's also going to help us find out where we are potentially losing money in our own city system. So that's going to be a big help for us too.
Gotcha. Do you predict that there's a significant amount of loss there?
I do. I think in any old system, there's going to be a lot of loss. So I think this is going to be able to help us pinpoint that better to where we need to make some improvements down the road, and make it more efficient for all of our residents and business owners.
All right, good deal. Now let's move on to this $400,000 grant involving the lead service lines. Can you tell us a little bit about that as well?
Yeah, so thankfully we were awarded a $400,000 grant to replace lead service lines in the city of Ishpeming. So that is a recent awarded grant for us. So this is good, as it falls in line with our projects and our Dig Once philosophy in the city of Ishpeming, and we're doing a lot of work this year and next year already in the city. So this again will just keep more and more work flowing here in the city to provide infrastructure updates.
For sure. And with this particular grant, what kind of difference is it going to make for the city itself?
Well, it's going to make drinking water safer if that's where the lines are found to be in water mains. In general, you just want to get all of the lead lines up, and we have to. That's something that we absolutely have to do. So this will allow us to continue to do that with grant dollars.
All right, sounds good. Now let's talk about your library summer stats. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah,
too?
so
we're gonna have a little more fun stuff here.
Yeah, this is I'm so proud of our library team over there. They continue to amaze with a relatively small budget. So this summer for the children's library, they had 466 participants and 34 different programs that they had. That's 96 participants more than last year. Wow. And 1,238 total attendees. So, we have the best staff around at our library, and I'm just really proud of Jesse and all the team we have over at the Ishpeming Carnegie Public Library.
Sure, yeah, sounds like they're doing a great job.
They always do, yes.
Now go ahead.
Oh yeah, and we had a lot of High numbers again for our adult programs. I want to just highlight that 548 different book reviews came in among 560 different attendees as well to all of their programs this summer. So our numbers are up both in the children's library area and in the adult library. So I just, again, want to thank all our library team over there. They do a phenomenal job.
Well, it sounds like it.
Yeah.
All right. Now we got to talk about this huge bike race coming up this weekend, the Margie Gessick.
Yep.
What does this mean for the city of Ishpeming to have all these people coming into the area?
Yeah, having the Margie back in Ishpeming, it's one of, if not the toughest bike race in the country. And it brings in a lot of people from around the state and the region, but also from around the country. And you know, it's grueling. Not everybody can handle this. This is a cream of the crop type bike race. And you know, downtown we will have food and beverage vendors along Main Street where the start finish line is. And you know, I always encourage the public to come and attend and watch and find some spots along the way where they can watch some of these bikers, because it's amazing that the conditions that they ride in, and this is one of those grueling overnight 24-hour type races. And you know, it's helped continue to put Ishpeming on the map in terms of being the mountain biking capital of the state of Michigan, and one of the top destinations in the country now for mountain biking. And that's we're really proud of that, to have been featured in numerous publications and magazines saying that Ishpeming is one of the meccas now for mountain biking.
For sure. All right, Jason, thanks so much. That's all the time we have for you today, but thanks so much as always for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and again, thanks to all the volunteers for the Margie.
Now here's your Upers United Volunteer Opportunity of the Day. Big Bay Fall Festival is coming up this Saturday. The Big Bay Stewardship Council is still looking for bounce house monitors. There are 2 shifts, one from 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. and 1:30 to 4 p.m. To sign up to be a volunteer or check out other opportunities, just head to upersunited.com. We'll be right back.
Attention auto workers. Kamala Harris wants to end all gas-powered cars. Crazy but true. Harris's push requiring electric only is failing big, and Michigan auto workers are paying the price. Massive layoffs already started. You could be next. President Trump's committed to protecting America's auto workers, standing up to China's unfair trade, fixing the economy, and ending inflation.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Optimize your home with Maytag and Whirlpool appliances from Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Maytag and Whirlpool offer best-in-class warranties on durable, state-of-the-art appliances, perfect for your laundry room or kitchen. Available in stock or online, plus free delivery and 0% financing.
My passion is keeping the UP informed. After 30 years telling you about what's going on outside your house, I'm now running for state representative to keep you informed about what's going on in Lansing. We deserve a representative who will listen, learn, and lead on the issues that matter for the UP. I'll always put Peninsula over politics. With your vote, I'll work with anyone and everyone to bring clearer skies for Upper Peninsula families.
Direct.
Don't you ever look up at the sky and roll your eyes. You hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Mathis Court is in session.
On WZMQ CBS.
Hello to you, I'm Gail King.
I'm Tony DeCopel. And I'm Nate Burleson.
This is us. We're all here to wake up your mornings to help make sense of the latest overnight developments.
What you can expect from your day before you head out the door. You'll also hear directly from the biggest newsmakers in America.
And you'll see the best group of journalists in the business with exclusive reporting and breaking overnight news.
That's a lot. Watch CBS Mornings right here on your new CBS affiliate in the Upper Peninsula. That's WZMQ 19.
I'm Rachel Knapp. Watch my reports live from Washington, only on 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. The enemy women's soccer team opens the conference schedule tomorrow afternoon at home against top-ranked Grand Valley State. The contest also will be the Wildcats' home opener. Head coach John Sandoval says his squad is capable of playing well against the Lakers, but you can't make silly mistakes.
They've got a lot of different weapons that can hurt you. Their front three are very seasoned, very good. Their back line is really good as well. Midfield, so pound for pound, they're a very good team and they're very well coached. 0 to 90 is going to be an absolute fight, and so I think the team is going to be really well prepared for that type of match. It's game one. It's day one in conference, and so we fully expect to be prepared and to be ready for that match.
Tomorrow's contest with Grand Valley State begins at 3 o'clock. NMU entertains Davenport Sunday at 1 p.m. Michigan Tech hosts Davenport tomorrow at 6 and challenges Grand Valley Sunday at noon. Michigan Tech has named former captain and Houghton native Raymond Bryce as an assistant hockey coach. Bryce was captain of the Huskies during the 2019-2020 season and appeared in 95 games over his career at Tech. Bryce scored 13 goals and had 13 assists in his black and gold career. He went on to play 4 seasons of professional hockey in the ECHL and overseas, Hungary, Germany, and the United Kingdom. Bryce was a 2-time All-State and 3-time first-team All-Conference selection at Houghton High School, scoring 110 goals and 83 assists during his 4-year career with the Gremlins. Bay Community College needs a new women's basketball head coach. Todd Cicchetto has resigned to pursue other opportunities. In his one season with the Lady Norse, Cicchetto led Bay to a 22-9 record and 13-1 in the Michigan Community College Athletic Association. After a 5-7 start to the campaign, Bay went on a 17-game winning streak. The Norse reached the conference tournament semifinals. Taking a look at the first UP High School volleyball poll for the season in Divisions 1 through 3, Calumet is number 1 for the 5 first-place votes. The Copper Kings host Hancock tonight. Kingsford is second, followed by Marquette, Houghton, and Negaunee. In Division 4, Forest Park is number 1 with all 5 first-place votes, number 8 in the state, by the way. Wakefield Marinisco is next, then it's St. Ignace, Ewan Trout Creek, and Newberry. Detroit Lions head coach Dan Campbell is moving into a home in a gated community. Campbell told Crane's Detroit Business that people have figured out where we live when we lose. Campbell and his wife listed the 7,800 square foot home in Bloomfield Hills this week for $4.5 million, and a deal was pending. Campbell's home was built in 2013 for Hockey Hall of Famer Igor Larionov, who also played for the Detroit Red Wings. And the Detroit Red Wings have signed defenseman Mo Sider to a 7-year deal worth almost $60 million. So that works out to about $8.5 million per season. The 23-year-old Sider was selected 6th overall by the Red Wings in the 2019 NHL Draft. Congrats on the Brewers for winning the National League Central Division. Tigers now tied for the last wild card spot because Cleveland beat Minnesota today by the score of 3-2. We will be right back.
As a prosecutor, I never asked a victim or a witness, are you a Republican or a Democrat? The only thing I ever asked them, are you okay? And that's the kind of president we need right now. Someone who cares about you and is not putting themselves first. I intend to be a president for all Americans and focus on investing right now in you, the American people. And we can chart a new way forward. I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Anti-abortion politicians vote against your freedoms, and now they want Mike Rogers to join them. The facts. Mike Rogers said, I support all restrictions on abortion, just like his anti-abortion backers. No exceptions for rape or incest. They even supported a nationwide abortion ban and laws that could eliminate IVF and birth control. So if you believe Mike Rogers and anti-abortion activists will protect your rights, we got a bridge to sell you.
I'm Melissa Slotkin, and I approve this message.
Attention auto workers. Kamala Harris wants to end all gas-powered cars. Crazy but true. Harris's push requiring electric only is failing big, and Michigan auto workers are paying the price. Massive layoffs already started. You could be next. President Trump's committed to protecting America's auto workers, standing up to China's unfair trade, fixing the economy, and ending inflation.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
My passion is keeping the UP informed. After 30 years telling you about what's going on outside your house, I'm now running for state representative to keep you informed about what's going on in Lansing. We deserve a representative who will listen, learn, and lead on the issues that matter for the UP. I'll always put Peninsula over politics. With your vote, I'll work with anyone and everyone to bring clearer skies for Upper Peninsula families.
This is it, your final night opportunity to see music on 3rd Street. That starts at 7 o'clock. Get on down there because we're looking at mostly sunny skies tonight before those chances of rain showers and thunderstorms increase overnight. And then looking at that UP Ice Fishing and Hunting Expo, sponsored by WZMQ 19 News. Friday, bring your wet weather gear. You've got good chances of rain down there as well. And then really sunny conditions for Saturday. Sunday, that rain could return.
All right, this week is NMU's homecoming. This is the 125th anniversary of NMU's foundation, and there are plenty of activities planned. University Marketing Director Derek Hall told 19 News that the school is putting extra effort into this year's celebrations to make homecoming even more special. Here's a look at a few of the scheduled highlights. The homecoming parade begins tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. in front of the Barry Event Center, from Fair Avenue down 3rd Street to Hewitt. The route continues along Front Street, ending at the Superior Dome. Following the parade, there's a free concert behind the Superior Dome beginning at 6:30. Saturday's festivities include tailgating outside the Dome and then this year's homecoming football game as the Wildcats take on Alma College at 1 p.m. That's all we have for now. We'll see you later tonight.